Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about what's cognitive behavior therapy and how can we use CBT foundation or theory to understand our clients. In this video I'm gonna talk about what's cognitive behavior therapy and what's aims of CBT or cognitive behavior therapy, what's four-factor model, and finally how thoughts influence feelings and behaviors and how behaviors maintain the problems. At the beginning, what's cognitive behavior therapy? Cognitive behavior therapy is based on the assumption that our cognitions, like beliefs and thoughts, determine the way we feel. And many distressing emotions like anxiety, depression, guilt, and low self-esteem, scared, angry, are caused by cognitions that are negative and self-defeating. The aim is of CBT. The focus of CBT is on developing realistic cognitions in order to minimize our experience of upsetting emotions. We can do either directly by challenging the negative thoughts and beliefs that may make us feel bad, and also indirectly by changing some of the behaviors that influence and reinforce our negative cognitions. And what is four-factor model? A structure that we can use to understand the factors that maintain the client's problems. And this is CBT building blocks, thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and physical reactions. All of them influence each other. We can use this four-factor model for understanding the client's reactions. Then we can start to think about how to change their reactions so that they are less upset and can copy better. And let us explain this each one. What is situation? Situation is what actually occurred or objective reality without any interpretation. Example of situation, upcoming test. Upcoming test is the situation. But the interpretation of this situation is that maybe the test will be hard. This is the interpretation of this situation. What is thoughts? Thoughts are based on what a situation means to us or our interpretation. They happen very quickly. In CBT, we work on automatic negative thoughts, which are words and images that go through our head. Especially, we work on those thoughts that are connected with strong negative feelings, and as well as judgmental thoughts about ourselves, others, and features. Example here of thoughts. There's a situation like maybe you receive a rejection letter. Okay, you receive a rejection letter, and your thoughts, your interpretation of this situation are, I will never get a job, or I'm such a failure. This is the interpretation, your thoughts about this situation, receiving rejection letter. And also we have thoughts about ourselves, like I'm stupid, and about others. Example, my mother is inconsiderate, and also about feature. Everyone will, example, laugh at me in the party. This is about feature. We don't notice them. We don't notice our negative thoughts. We are not aware, but if we ask ourselves when we feel bad, if we ask ourselves, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? You can identify them. Once we notice our thoughts, we can start to examine them and in the process begin to change them. Once we change our thoughts, our feelings and behaviors also change. And what is feelings? Feelings are usually one word. Examples such as I feel bad, I feel mad, or I feel happy, worried, embarrassed, and excited. Those are feelings. And what is the difference between thoughts and feelings? Feelings are just one word. As I said above, I feel sad. But thoughts come in a form of sentences or phrases. We tend to confuse thoughts and feelings. Example, we say, I feel that they don't like me. But actually we mean, I think they don't like me. It is the hardest skill in CBT to differentiate between thoughts and feelings. It means that it's the hardest skill when you teach your clients what is the difference between thoughts and feelings, because most of the clients, they don't know what is the difference between them. As I said, they say, I feel that people hate me, but it means that he thinks that people hate him. People hate him. This is differentiate between thoughts and feelings. And what is physical reactions? Physical reactions are changes in our body, like sweating, tingling, or tensions. People have the same feelings, but they have different physical reactions. And strong feelings are accompanied by physical reactions. Example, if we feel anxious, if you feel anxious, your body may become tense, your heart may beat more quickly, and you may sweat. This is physical reactions. And what is behavior? Behavior is what we do. Example, maybe you sit, you talk to a child, or you give a presentation, you stay in your bed. And those are behaviors. In CBT, you start to explore how the other three factors influence your client's behavior. How thoughts influence feelings and behaviors, and how behaviors maintain the problems. Here's the case. Alfred is 17. He wants to be a car mechanic. He hates school but needed the high school credit to get into a car mechanic training program. He's in therapy because he's depressed and failing to his subjects, and tomorrow he will have a math test. Alfred says to his therapist, I am down and depressed. I have a really hard math test tomorrow. It is too hard for me. I'm really anxious about this test. I get headache all day. I haven't started studying. I am going to fail anyhow. I'm just going to go home and play computer games. I don't know why don't I study. We can use four-factor model to understand what is maintain the Alfred's problems. How his thoughts and interpretations of the situation led to his feelings and physical reactions and behaviors. The consequences of the behavior that he plays computer games and he doesn't study is that he fails the test. Failing the test becomes evidence that the test is too hard. Thus, the consequences of the behavior reinforce his original thoughts. Perhaps if Alfred had studied, he would have passed, but he will never know. He will take his failure as evidence that he would fail anyhow. And also, when he fails, next test will be harder for Alfred. Helping Alfred identify their thoughts and feelings separately starts a process of self-reflection, which is the first step to change in cognitive behavioral therapy.